committee that is currently seized of the matter. And Mr. Speaker, I want to urge members of this committee to take very seriously what has been said by the distinguished senator for Kakamega, who has given certain prescriptions on how the interests of the public and the citizens and residents of Mombasa should be safeguarded. I believe, and I still do believe, Mr. Speaker, that the Roads Committee, with the competent membership of Senator Chute, the competent membership of Senator Peris Tobiko, with the competent membership of Senator Wambua, and the competent membership of Senator Edwin Sifuna, and the competent membership of Senator Lelegwe. Mr. Speaker, I believe that this committee should be able to provide responses to the questions raised by Senator Chute, and it is in your power, it is in your hands at this point to direct that this statement be sent to the relevant committee, which is the Roads Committee.
Thank you, Honorable Senators. Spend your minutes. 2 minutes, kindly, 2 minutes. Let's conclude the statement now.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I walked in when my chairman was really agitated. I was wondering what the problem was, but now I understand what the issue was. Mr. Speaker, just to add on what Senator Cheriot, the majority leader, said and what Senator Kajwanga said, Mr. Speaker, the matter of Buxton is properly before the Roads Committee. The issues raised, and I know he raised those issues when we met in Mombasa, could just be supplementary questions on the statement, issue statement. I'm very sure the committee will be able to deal with that. But Mr. Speaker, on the matter of the security issue raised by Senator Mofaya from the Rakanithi. Mr. Speaker, one of the things that we have to do as a country is to respect the sanctity of life. Mr. Speaker, you know, when we speak here and talk about so-and-so has been shot dead, so-and-so has been shot dead, for us it could just be numbers and people. But Mr. Speaker, it's lives that we are losing. Irrespective of the reasons why people are demonstrating, irrespective of the reasons why people are found on the wrong side of the law, there is no law that authorizes police officers to shoot, to kill people. As a Speaker, if we continue this trend, then I don't know where we are going to stop. My prayer as a Speaker is that once the committee is seized of this matter, of this statement, let the Senate be that house of reason that makes it very, very costly for police officers to go about shooting and killing people in the pretext of stopping demonstrations. As Senator Montero said, Mr. Speaker, we have announced that in coming weeks, maybe we could have more protests. It could happen. We don't want, Mr. Speaker, a situation where police now take it for granted that you can just go and kill people because they are protesting. Mr. Speaker, let's respect the sanctity of life, and I thank the Senator for Rakanithi for bringing this statement. I thank Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Senators, clearly looking at this statement, I'm really and also listening to the sentiments of various senators who have given their remarks on this statement, I rule that this statement shouldn't be handled by two committees. That is the Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing, and the Committee on Lands. Housing and Lands, those are two different committees. Chair Arons, are you disputing my intellect? So, next order. Statement and standing order 56(1)B by 3 committee chairs. We start with the chairperson, Select Committee on County Public Accounts. Who is out of order? The chair or who is out of order? Chair, County Public Accounts. Do you have a statement from your committee? You know you must engage on one thing at a time. Yeah?
There is a problem.
Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I apologize. Senator Ezena distracted me a bit. No, it only happens three days in a week. Mr. Speaker, I wish to give a statement relating to the activities of the Senate County Public Accounts Committee pursuant to Standing Order 56(1)B. Mr. Speaker, during the period under review, and that is commencing 25th October 2022 to 30th March 2023, the committee held a total of 30 meetings. The committee has interrogated and prepared 13 reports awaiting adoption by the committee before tabling in the Senate. The following are the county entities whose reports are awaiting adoption by the committee: Nyeri County, Nandi County, Bomet County, Tharaka Nithi, Vihiga, Homa Bay, Nyamira, Tana River, Kiambu, Kitui, Isiolo, West Pokot, and Narok County Assembly. Mr. Speaker, sir, out of the interrogations of the above county entities, a number of issues of concern arose. Most of the county entities had challenges with submission of documents to the auditors, as stipulated in the Public Audit Act of 2015. The committee noted that most county executives and assemblies did not avail relevant supporting documents to the Auditor General during the audit exercise. Mr. Speaker, sir, the reports also revealed that most of the county entities were not able to apply proper accounting practices, and their financial statements were characterized by lack of regular reconciliations. Subsequently, the lack of regular reconciliations resulted in variances between the IFMIS and financial statements. This resulted in inadequate reporting and presented an inaccurate position of the financial operations of the county assemblies. Mr. Speaker, sir, the reports further revealed that a number of counties had weaknesses in executing their budgets, and most of the county entities did not adhere to the approved budget ceiling set for programs, votes, and subvotes. Mr. Speaker, the audit reports also revealed that the entities made payments outside the integrated financial management system, contrary to the PFM Act. The practice of processing transactions outside IFMIS could be an avenue to bypass financial controls and may have led to misappropriation of funds. Mr. Speaker, the committee further noted that most counties had weak human resource management, where most counties recruited staff without following due recruitment procedures, in addition to absence of policy to determine optimal staffing levels. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee was also concerned about delays in exchequer releases to counties from the National Treasury, thereby hampering program implementation and budget execution. These also occasioned penalties levied on the counties from the Kenya Revenue Authority for non-remission of statutory deductions, putting a lot of strain on the county entities who found themselves in the circumstances out of their control. Mr. Speaker, the committee is in the process of adopting and tabling its report with recommendations of how to address the findings above from the audit report so far interrogated. Mr. Speaker, because we had agreed, even at the liaison committee, that we present a very, very summarized version, Mr. Speaker, we will be happy to table a more detailed report of our activities, which will include, Mr. Speaker, the position of the committee on Article 2265 of the Constitution. Article 2265 says that if a holder of a public office causes loss of public funds, that holder must make good whether they are in office or not. Mr. Speaker, my committee is considering inviting former governors where there have been cases where the Auditor General has pointed fingers at them for causing loss of public funds. The other concern that this House has registered is that we are still dealing with 2019-2020 financial year. Mr. Speaker, in our detailed report, we shall be recommending that we will be setting subcommittees to fast track and to ensure that we are up to date so that we can close 2019-2020 by 30th of June, and to ensure that we are looking at the current financial year. And finally, Mr. Speaker, it is important that as a Senate, 10 years after the commencement of devolution, that we do a legislative impact assessment of the PFM Act, of the Public Audit Act, of the Procurement Act, and ask ourselves whether they are fit for purpose or whether this House needs to amend them to reflect the realities that county governments find themselves in. Mr. Speaker, I appreciate the Office of the Speaker, the Senate leadership, and the Office of the Clerk for the support that they have accorded this committee. Thank you.
Thank you for that brief statement. There is a, yes, Senator Medu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I have, since yesterday, after I came in, I have tried to be very respectful and obedient, because you told us that once we press our intervention button, you shall allow us to speak. I was here until 6:30 in the evening yesterday, and you didn't allow me to speak. This morning, you, the Speaker. This morning, Mr. Speaker, I was in these chambers. I pressed the intervention button, and again, you didn't allow me to speak. But now that I'm not sure I have caught your eye, I have made you to catch my eye. This is the position that I wanted to mention, in specific of what I think is out of order, and I'm not disagreeing to the ruling that you made yesterday on that seat. Because you referred to the Speaker's rules number 5, senators are required not to enter the chamber, lounge, or dining room without being properly dressed. This means that a male senator shall be dressed in a coat, collar, tie, long trouser, socks, and shoes, or service uniform, religious attire, or such other decent dressing as may be approved by the Speaker from time to time. An equivalent standard shall apply in respect of women senators who may also wear kitenge or such other attire. Mr. Speaker, when you ruled yesterday that I withdrew from the chamber, I was not allowed to mention this, and I think it is very important that you allow me to mention this. I came here yesterday donning a religious attire of the Hindu religion. And Mr. Speaker, it is perplexing that you on that chair wanted to roll it down on me that I cannot put on a Hindu attire because I'm not a Hindu. Mr. Speaker, I would not want to agree with you to that extent, because if you do not have a Hindu in this House, you do not say that they are not represented in this House, Mr. Speaker. In this Speaker's rules, Mr. Speaker, it is allowed that we be coming here with or what Senator Redama Olakina, our minority whip, wears, is the traditional attire, Mr. Speaker. I would not want to agree that if we do not have a Hindu here, then we cannot put on Hindu attires here, because it is then to mean that communities that are not represented in this Senate, their traditional attires will never find a place in this assembly, Mr. Speaker. So in that extent and in that regard, Mr. Speaker, I would want to implore on you to review that ruling that you made yesterday. And let us have respect for all religions, Mr. Speaker. Do not force us to subscribe to just one.
Senator Medu.
Yes, sir.
You know you are using the word you in a way that is confusing me. You
Mr. Speaker, the life of that seat is...
Because I understand the chair was here then, made a ruling on your addressing. So why are you using shortcuts again? Because it was not, definitely it was not me was here. It was another chair.
Mr.
So
Speaker,
why are you bringing this issue again?
No, Mr. Speaker, because I was not allowed to speak. I was told I have to go out and come back when I'm dressed in a tie.
Now you are smartly dressed.
But,
Sit down and transacting business.
No, I'm agreeing with you, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah,
it's not that I want to disagree with that ruling.
The Speaker dispelled off this matter yesterday.
But this particular issue that I'm speaking about was not dispensed. It was not dispensed, Mr. Speaker.
No, maybe I get to the answer.
Yeah, maybe you
I'll
could look
consult
at the
answer.
Hansard,
Yes,
but
okay, fine.
the religious issue that I'm addressing to this afternoon was not
I
addressed, Mr.
look
Speaker.
at the answer and on what the speaker ruled yesterday.
That could be
I
fine, Mr.
think that's
Speaker.
better. You know, I told you again to refer to Standing Order 98. Because we have finished that matter, Senator Onyonka, we cannot go back to the issue. I've ruled that we must consult the answer, and that has been notified by the clerk. No, he is not on the floor. You cannot inform him. Because he is not on the floor now. You know, I have a lot of respect to you, Senator Sifuna. But it's Standing Order 98. That is what saved this house from unnecessary point of orders. If you raised when the member was on the floor, that would be better. But now you see you are raising the issue when we are done with this matter about the dressing. What is it you are saying?
You know, Mr. Speaker, first let me say or confirm that I'm rising on Standing Order 122 E, which says that a senator shall be out of order if he deliberately gives false information to the Senate. Mr. Speaker, I know Senator Matthew is a Christian. How can he come and deliberately give false information, in fact, using religion? That because he felt bad that he was kicked out for being improperly dressed, he wants to ascribe the manner of dress yesterday to a religion that he does not belong to. And he's lying to us. He's lying to us that he is now a Hindu because of wearing Hindu attire yesterday. Mr. Speaker, you know...
Senator Sifuna, how do you know that he did not change his religion last night?
I know him. Unless, Mr. Speaker, he changed his religion last night, I know for a fact that No, he's heckling now. He's heckling. Mr. Speaker, you have the records of all of us here. Edwin Sifuna is a Catholic. He is a Christian. He's the one who spends all the time, all the weekend. I follow him very closely on social media. He's always at AIPCA church. In fact, even including this weekend, he was at an AIPCA church, Mr. Speaker, and he's laughing because he knows I'm telling the truth. According to this standing order, you cannot falsely mislead or give information that you know is false to the Senate. You should rule him out of order and let him go out of the house and resolve his religious crisis that he's going through.
Honorable Senators, in the public gallery, we have 87 students accompanied by 80 teachers from St. Paul's Kinangop Academy in Nyandarua County who are in the Senate on an academic tour. Honorable Senators, in our usual tradition of receiving and welcoming visitors to Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to them. And on behalf of the Senate and on my own behalf, wish them a fruitful visit. Thank you. Senator Medu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I rise to welcome my students that are from St. Paul Academy. Mr. Speaker, St. Paul Academy is my neighbor at home. We come from the same ward. It is a school that we all looked up to. I attended a public school. I really wanted and I hoped that I would ever get an opportunity to go to St. Paul, but I never got an opportunity to go to St. Paul. I went to a public school, but through God's grace, I'm now here. I want to welcome them to the Senate for this learning tour, and encourage them as they go back to Nyandarua, as they go back to Kinangop. When they see me standing on the floor of the Senate, it's a major encouragement to them that they can go to any length, they can go to any house, they can get to any height, and they can achieve anything that I would want to achieve. Mr. Speaker, had you given me an opportunity when Senator Sifuna was on his feet, Mr. Speaker, I would have said that I never said that I'm a Hindu. I never said that I have changed religion. I only say that I came here in respect to all the regions. Mr. Speaker, I saw Senator Sifuna yesterday wearing a kanzu, and I know Senator Sifuna is not a Muslim. He did that because he respects that religion. And Mr. Speaker, again, finally, it is very unparliamentary for Senator Sifuna to say that I lied. Lying is very unparliamentary. He should have said that maybe I misled the House, but saying that I lied, and it is in the records of the House. The students from my county are here, and they know that their senators are not of the church. For them to hear that I lied in the floor of the House, I'm sure that it's not something that I would have wanted to take home. So I wish them well as they go back, and they have my best wishes always. Thank you.
Okay, let's go to the next chairperson, Select Committee on County Public Investment and Special Funds.
He directed that the county governors and the top management to rationalize the staff establishment of water companies to a level that is lean and efficient in service delivery. The committee further directed that the company management to review the water tariffs to enable them to generate sufficient revenue to sustain their operation. The third issue, Mr. Speaker, which was cross-cutting, was the issue of non-revenue water. The committee noted that most of the companies had non-revenue waters levels exceeding 25%, which is allowable loss, as per the Water Services Regulatory Body regulations and also the international best practice. In all the counties we considered, the worst case, which had the highest level of non-revenue water, was Bomet Water Company. The committee, therefore, made instant recommendation and directives to the governor. And for Bomet County, Mr. Speaker, we noted that the water company had dilapidated the water infrastructure, and we therefore directed the EACC to immediately institute investigation with the objective of ensuring that those who will be found culpable are prosecuted, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I can see my member is excited about that. And Mr. Speaker, we have done the same for Kisii County. Issues directive to the EACC to investigate the operations of the Gusii Water and Sanitation Company. The fourth issue, which was cross-cutting, Mr. Speaker, was the transfer of assets. We noted that most water companies either maintained inaccurate asset registers that were not up to date or lacked the asset registers altogether. In other instances, the committee noted that the national regional water bodies that got into contracts with water companies in counties to develop water projects had transferred the associated liabilities to the said water companies, but retained the ownership of assets. For instance, and this, my neighbor, good Senator Boni Khalwale, will take keen interest in this. For instance, Mr. Speaker, Kakamega County Water and Sanitation Company Limited owes Lake Victoria North Water Services Limited a whopping 4.2 billion shillings worth of loan, being money that went into the development of a water project in Kakamega County. The assets from the said project were still held by the Lake Victoria North Water Services Limited. In our recommendation, Mr. Speaker, we directed the county governor to put in place appropriate measures and ensure that all assets belonging to the water company are transferred to the water company. So Kakamega County Governor was requested to bring the matter of the 4.2 billion shillings to the attention of the Council of Governors and the Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee. Mr. Speaker, we have also dealt with the matter of the regional block, which is ongoing, and we noted that regional blocks continue to receive money from county governments and from donors, which is not audited, because there is no legislation in place for the management of regional economic blocks. Some of these regional economic blocks have received billions of money, donor money, which it is very difficult to account because they are not audited by the Office of the Auditor General. Mr. Speaker, we are also dealing with the matter of unremitted pension staff pension, which has not been remitted to pension funds. This amount is estimated to be 52 billion shillings, which counties have not remitted to the various pension funds, and we'll be making a report on that. The committee has also sent out invitations to a number of governors to appear before it to respond to audit issues raised by the Auditor General, and we have noted that the governors have been very cooperative in this matter. They have been appearing before us when required. The committee plans to conduct a fact-finding visit to a number of counties, priority to be given to those investments that are facing huge fiduciary risks across the country. The committee will be doing its first report writing retreat in mid-May, and thereafter table the first report on water companies in this chamber. Mr. Speaker, I ask senators to take seriously the matter of water companies in their respective counties, because we noted that most of these water companies are insolvent and are facing serious management and technical challenges, which, if not addressed, Mr. Speaker, we will not have water for our people. And Mr. Speaker, I want to thank my members that in our deliberations on the audit report, the committee has taken immediate steps. They have taken immediate steps, including making some orders, which our governors have gladly accepted, and some of them have made changes, which very soon, Mr. Speaker, we'll begin to see the fruits of our directives to the various counties. Mr. Speaker, having said that, just like my colleague from PAC, we have a lot of issues to say, but because of time, Mr. Speaker, I submit. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Chair. I really encourage the chairs to do a comprehensive report and table so that also we can benefit from the knowledge that you have, which counties, which water organ bodies. So prepare a comprehensive report and table so that all of us can be able to access it. So let's get the chair delegated. After this chair delegated, then we can take maybe 20 minutes from brief comments on the three statements.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. This is a statement relating to the activities of the Select Committee on Delegated Legislation for the period between 14th of October 2022 to 30th March 2023. Pursuant to Standing Order 195.1 of the Senate Standing Orders. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 195.1 of the Senate Standing Committee order to make a statement relating to the activities of the Select Committee on Delegated Legislation during the first part of the second session, that is 14th October to 30th March 2023. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Senate Select Committee on Delegated Legislation is established under Standing Order 195.1 of the Senate Standing Orders and is mandated to scrutinize statutory instruments laid before the Senate. During the period under review, the committee held a total of 11 sittings, during which it considered one statement tabled and one report. Legislative proposals. Honorable Speaker, sir, during the period, the following legislative proposals are being considered by the committee for publication. 1, statutory instrument bill, the county statutory instrument bill, the statutory instrument amendment bill. Honorable Speaker, the bills. Honorable Speaker, during the period under review, the committee did not consider any bills. C, Honorable Speaker, sir, regarding the statement 1 was sought from the committee during the period under review, the issue raised in the statement touched on remuneration and benefits of the state officers by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, SRC. The statement was shot by Senator Mohamed Faki, MP, The committee stopped further deliberation of the matter as the committee awaits the Salaries and Remuneration Commission to be reconstituted. Petitions. Honorable Speaker, sir, during the period under review, the committee did not consider any petition. E, committee induction and stakeholder engagements. Honorable Speaker, sir, the committee conducted its induction retreat from the 9th of January 2023 to 1st of February 2023. The members of the committee and the secretariat were taken through mandate of the committee and packing the Statutory Instruments Act 2013, the need for regulatory impact assessment, approval, annulment process of delegated legislation, and strengthening the parliamentary scrutiny of delegated legislation. 9, Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee has also been able to meet with the National Transport and Safety Authority, transport network companies, company owners, drivers, and the passengers, Regulations 2022, LN number 120 of 2022. It was observed that the regulations were not in breach of the Statutory Instruments Act 2013. The committee resolved that the National Transport and the Safety Authority transport network companies, owners, drivers, and passengers, Regulation 2022, number 120 of 2022, be approved. Mr. Speaker, sir, in conclusion, I wish to thank your office and that of the Clerk of the Senate for the continuous support accorded to the committee in undertaking its work. Lastly, I also wish to thank the members of the committee for their commitment and diligence in and contribution during the committee activities. I thank you, sir. Honorable Speaker, I lay.
Honorable Senators, today we are blessed with many visitors, and in the public gallery, we have 97 pupils accompanied by 6 teachers from Jack Range School in Kiambu County, who are in the Senate on an education tour. Honorable Senators, in our usual tradition of receiving and welcoming visitors to Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to them, and on behalf of the Senate and on my own behalf, wish them a fruitful visit. I thank you. For Kiambu is not around. Senator Chalage, you want to welcome the visitors?
That's a UDA stronghold. Mr. Speaker, sir,
But
on behalf
Senator
of...
Sifuna, next time if you want to do anything, just use the machines. Then you'll be assisted. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I want, on my own behalf, on behalf of the great people of Nandi, and on behalf of the Senate, Mr. Speaker, so that the children understand the county I'm representing, on behalf of the Senate, on behalf of all of us, and on behalf of your Senator, our brother, Senator Karungo Wadhangwa, to extend, and also on behalf of the Speaker, to extend a warm welcome to the Senate Republic of Kenya. As you are aware, there are 47 elected senators, and out of 67, you minus 47,